Hello everyone, today we are going to solve a problem based on curve fitting in which the problem statement is given as for given x values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and y values 0 0.5, 2.5, 2 up to 5.5 we have to fit a curve of type y is equals to ax plus b. So in this case our aim is to find out the value of unknown a and b. So this is a linear curve fitting. Okay, so we have to solve this problem by using what? A least square method and the Cramer's rule. Now in Cramer's rule or in least square method, refer this equation. So in y equals to x plus b, we rearrange this equation as ax plus b equals to y. Consider this equation as a 1. Then for least square method, we write down this equation as where the values of variables present, independent and dependent variable, that is x and y, we consider its summation. A into summation of x plus n into b is equals to, where is y, there is we consider summation of y. Consider this as equation 2 and again multiply this equation as a x. So a into, so when we multiply equation 1 with x, so a into summation x square plus n is replaced by summation of y, so n is replaced by summation of x equals to summation of xy. So y is multiplied with what? X. So summation of xy. Okay, now what is n? N is the number of data points. Okay, so in our case the number of data points are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 7. So we begin that how to write down a program for it. So basically we start from CLC, then next is clear all. Basic commands that we going to run before starting the program. Now what we required? We required to define the n as a input. So n is a input in inverted single inverted comma. We did write down define number of data points as n equals to. Okay, so this is just a message. So what this is going to be displayed in a command window. So whatever we have to required or what we required to display in command window, we can write same as it is over here. Now next task is we have to define the values of x and values of y. For that we used for loop. So for I is equals to 1 is to n, read x of I. Here we use array as one dimension array equals to input define or enter the values of x. Enter the value of x is equals to inverted comma complete, that is message complete, and semicolon, and we end here the values of that for loop which defining the values of x. Then again we going to use another for loop in which we define the values of y, or again y for I is equals to 1 is to n. So same we going to copy it, and here we just replace x by y, because here we going to define the values of what? X. Okay, now so next we have to perform the summations. So sum is addition is going to be performed between two numbers. Okay, between two number. If I told you that what is the addition of 1, so the answer is that we didn't know, because for addition at least two numbers are required. So initially we assume the addition value is what? 0, and then 0 plus 1 that we able to perform, so it's 1. Okay, so we have to start the addition with 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, likewise 3 plus 3 is 6, and so on. So we initialize the summation value as 0. So we define sx. S we assume because we are not able to define the summation sign, so instead of defining summation sign we define s. So sx equals to 0. Then next summation we required is summation of y, so summation of y is equals to 0. Then next summation we required is summation of x square and summation of xy, so summation of xy is equals to 0. And then next we required summation of x square, so sx x equals to 0. Okay, so we perform we initialize all the summations value. The next task is we have to perform the addition. This is what the just initialization of what summation. Now for again for loop, because the same process we have to repeat the number of times. So for I is equals to 1 is to n, we're going to add. So sx equals to what? Sx plus x of I, because in place of x, when I value is 1, so x of 1 is considered as what? 1, and this sx is considered as what? 0. So 0 plus 1. Now in first iteration sx is stored as what? 1. Now similarly second, sy is equals to sy plus y of I. Okay, we just make it copy and paste so that next is sxy. So sxy is equals to sxy plus x of I into y of y. Okay, and then last we're going to define sx square. So sx square is equals to sx s double x equals to s double x plus x of I into x of I. Now here we end it. Okay, then next, now how this is going to be execute? Sxy, initially when I value is equals to 1, then sxy is equals to what? 0. Here you see sxy equals to sxy, so initially sxy value is what? 0, plus x of I. So x of I is what? Initially its value is 1 into y of I, which value is what? 0.5. So 1 into 0.5 is 0.5. So when the first loop is going to end, then sxy value is stored as 1 into 0.5, that is 0.5, which is we define initially as what? 0. Now this loop is going to end. Now next task is what? Here we have to use a Cramer's rule. So for Cramer's rule, this equation plays an important role. Okay, so from this equation we have to define the determinant values, different matrices value. So we define D is equals to, so that is the left hand side, the equation, the coefficient of the variables. Okay, so in our first equation, the coefficient of variable is what? Summation of x, that is sx, it is this, and then n semicolon, and in this second equation it is sx2, that is sx square, that is in our case it is what? S double x, and summation x, so sxx and summation x. So this is completed. Now we define dA. Now dA means what? Now we have to define the matrix for value a. So in that case we eliminate first column, and first column is replaced by what? RHS. So that is going to be defined as, we copy it as it is, and this value and this value is going to be replaced by what? The RHS. So in this sy, and in this case it is what? sxy. Now we find out dB. So dB is equals to, again same, so second column is replaced by what? RHS. So second column is this n, so n at the place of n it's sy, and at the place of sx it's what? sxy. Okay, now to find out the value of a, this is determinant of dA divided by determinant of d, and b is equals to determinant of dB divided by determinant of d. Now we're going to use a printf statement. So f printf in single inverted comma y is equals to, actually we have to display ax plus b. So a is what? The floating value. So where we have to display the value, instead at that place we are going to use percentage f. Okay, so percentage f into x plus, now b is again what? The floating value or the integer. So again we use percentage f, inverted comma complete. So first first percentage f is for what? A, and second percentage f is for what? B. Now we're going to run this program. So run this. Now it asks for the data points. So n equals to what? Number of data points equals to what? 7. So enter values of x is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we have to enter the values of y. For sake of convenience, we copied it as it is and paste it over here. So values of y is what? 0.5, hit enter, then 2.5, then 2, then 4, then 3.5, then 6 and 5.5. So this is our answer. That is, the value of A is 0.839286 and value of B is what? 0.071429. How to cross check it? Okay, just hit enter, it shows the values of x. Just hit enter, it shows the value of y. Now we have to run the solver. So solver is what? Polyfit, open bracket, first we have to define the value of x, then value of y, and then as this is a linear equation, so its degree is what? 1. So hit enter. Sorry, it's not ploy, okay, it's a spelling mistake. So it's a polyfit. Okay, now polyfit, here we define PL, so spelling mistake is over here. So polyfit 0.839286, so value of A is this one, and 0.071429, so value of B is this one. So as this and this values matches, that means our program is correct. Thank you.